Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into the world of scientific curiosity, where, throughout history, the pursuit of knowledge led some researchers to take shocking and even life-threatening risks. From medical tests to explosive experiments, these attempts often pushed boundaries beyond imagination. Before we begin, can we hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year? If you're as fascinated by daring science as we are, hit that subscribe button. Now let's look at the top 10 most dangerous experiments in history. 1. The Stanford Prison Experiment. In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo simulated a prison environment to study human behavior. The guards quickly became abusive, while prisoners grew submissive and traumatized. Though it was supposed to last 2 weeks, it was stopped after only 6 days due to the extreme mental distress experienced by participants, showcasing how power dynamics can lead to ethical boundaries being crossed. 2. The Soviet Sleep Experiment. In the 1940s, Soviet scientists reportedly conducted a notorious sleep deprivation study on prisoners, forcing them to stay awake for days. Legend has it that the lack of sleep led to hallucinations, madness, and self-harm, though details remain speculative. This chilling experiment serves as a reminder of the power of sleep on mental and physical health. 3. Project MK-Ultra. The CIA's infamous mind control program, MK-Ultra, involved experiments on unwitting individuals using LSD, hypnosis, and sensory deprivation to investigate behavior manipulation. Many test subjects experienced long-term psychological effects, raising deep ethical concerns and exposing the lengths to which intelligence agencies were willing to go during the Cold War. 4. The Tuskegee Syphilis Study. Running from 1932 to 1972, this experiment studied untreated syphilis in African American men without their informed consent. Despite penicillin becoming available as a treatment, subjects were denied access, leading to years of suffering and death. This study is now recognized as a dark mark in the history of medical ethics and informed consent. 5. The Manhattan Project's radiation experiments. During World War II, scientists tested the effects of radiation on the human body, sometimes without the subject's knowledge or consent. Patients were injected with plutonium and other radioactive substances, with disastrous effects. This contributed to our understanding of radiation, but at a tragic human cost. 6. The Little Albert Experiment. In 1920, psychologist John B. Watson tested classical conditioning by exposing a young child, Little Albert, to loud noises paired with soft animals, leading him to fear anything fluffy. This controversial experiment highlighted the potential harm of conditioning but left lasting psychological effects on the child. 7. Unit 731's biological warfare tests. In WE2, Japan's Unit 731 conducted lethal human experiments, testing biological weapons on Chinese civilians and POWs. Subjects were exposed to diseases like the plague and cholera, often fatally. This program remains one of the darkest chapters in human experimentation history. 8. The Monster Study. In 1939, speech pathologist Wendell Johnson conducted an experiment on orphaned children to test the impact of stuttering reinforcement. Some children were treated positively, while others were constantly criticized, resulting in lifelong speech issues for many. This study highlights the psychological impact that negative reinforcement can have on young minds. 9. Milgram's Obedience Experiment. Psychologist Stanley Milgram's experiment in the 1960s aimed to understand obedience to authority by instructing participants to administer fake shocks to others. Many complied, even when they believed they were harming someone, showcasing the dark side of authority and its influence on moral choices. 10. Fritz Haber's Poison Gas Experiments. German chemist Fritz Haber developed poison gas for warfare during WWE, directly testing its effects on soldiers in combat. His work led to devastating chemical attacks that left thousands injured and dead. This experiment demonstrated the destructive potential of scientific discoveries when applied to warfare. And there you have it, the top 10 most dangerous experiments in history. These experiments remind us of the fine line between scientific progress and ethical responsibility. Which experiment shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. Thanks for watching.